We are all humans, aren't we? And the minute we accept that, all what we do, whether it's the goals that we are achieving, whether it's the brand we are building or the business that we are building, we understand that there's a journey behind it. We go through that journey, we try new things, then we go beyond our comfort zone, and there's something that stops us. What is that? A little voice that tells you, no, Diya, don't go beyond that comfort zone. You're happy here, stay here. What is that word? Hi, I'm Diya Asrani. I'm a personal branding expert and the founder of Design Your Presence. And if you really like what you see, do subscribe to my channel for all things related to personal branding, building your presence and taking your leadership to a whole new level in your industry. So that one word that I want to actually talk about, okay, is that limiting belief, right? And when it comes to limiting beliefs, what is it that actually leads to it? What is the thing that happens after those limiting beliefs come in? Procrastination. And that's why I wanted to create this video. So now in this whole video, I'm going to talk about how you can bust procrastination when you're building anything beyond your comfort zone. Let me tell you one thing, okay? I'm not telling you that, I'm not going to give you gyan on the fact that, oh, you must be out of your comfort zone and all that. You know that already, okay? But the fact is that growth does happen only beyond your comfort zone and only when you do things that you are not comfortable doing. Right? But when it comes to that, what happens? We tend to take the back seat, we tend to slow down, and then we tend to, go in our own world because we are finding it hard to actually get the job done. And that is when it hits us. So I want you to bust this whole thing of procrastination. I used to go through this many a times when I was starting to build my business, build my brand. I wanted to, do something different. But every time I would think, I was like, no, I don't think I'll do this. And then that would lead to not being able to, do certain tasks in a day, which meant that I was procrastinating. I would sleep on it, right? So what I did is I actually pulled out 7 quick, tips which I used to use, like things that really worked for me. And I thought, okay, why not I share it with you? Because you can also use this when it comes to busting procrastination. Okay, now don't feel bad that you procrastinate. Okay, you're a human being. Everyone procrastinates sometime in their life. Okay, even the best of the best experts today, they procrastinate sometimes. But there's a way to handle it and the way to control it. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. So the first tip that I want to talk about is have small to-do lists. Okay, now a lot of us tend to think that, oh, to-do list means I need to have loads of things to be done for today. Oh, I have to go call this person, I have to do this, I have to finish this presentation, I have to go and talk to my kid's teacher. So many things are there. Now there are some things that are unavoidable, okay? And you're not living just one day, right? Maybe you're living in the present, but there are so many things that you can push to the next day, okay? Things that are not your priority. So I would like to tell you to set a priority list, okay? And it doesn't have to be only your business. It can be something like, something to do in your life, something to do with your family, where you have to prioritize your family, right? Like now, recently, if there's a festival happening, you're not going to go and work 24/7 or 9 to 5 or whatever the case is, whatever your scene is. You're not going to do that during a festival. You're going to spend some time with your family. You're going to do something that is beyond just the business, right? So that is where you decide your priority list. Today, what am I going to do? Okay. And those priority things don't have to be very big tasks. They can just be like few tasks that you're planning to do. So say 3 to 4 or maybe max 5 tasks that you need to do, which are smaller and which are not very, taxing. Okay, you can get done with it, right? Now, if you have a very taxing task to do in a day, then what you need to do is you need to cut short the number further to 2 or 3 tasks a day. That's all. That's the thing that you need to do. Okay. Now the second tip that I have been using and I still use it is do 5 to 15 minute sprints. Okay. Now what does this mean? Have you seen that high intensity interval training that we do in workouts? If you have been, if you're into fitness, the same thing I want you to do when it comes to your work. See, there are many things that we do that we don't like, we don't enjoy. And there are some things that we love to do, but we're still finding it difficult to get through it. You know, sometimes it happens, right? Again, human beings. But I want to tell you one thing, that if you actually chunk it down into 5 to 10 minutes or 15-minute sprints, okay, where you are giving your 100%, you know, concentration on that one task for that many minutes, 10 minutes or 12 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it is, and then you stop short at 15 minutes and take a break. Or break can be like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then again start another 15 minutes. Now you need to see what your run rate is, okay, but technically I think 10 to 15 minutes works, because by the time you get into the zone, it's already 5 minutes up, okay. But if you feel that you're not being able to do, then 5 to 7 minutes is fine, okay. I want you to practice that. So what you can do is you can set alarms, okay. When you set alarms like every 15 minutes, like first 15 minutes done, take a break, go for a walk, okay, go do what you want. Then again come back after maybe 10 minutes. Set that timing also, that break time also, okay. After 10 minutes, you can even keep it as 5 minutes, and then again start again. So what is happening is you're getting productive, at the same time you're giving yourself breathing space, okay. That's the second thing that has worked beautifully for me, okay. Now the third thing that I want to talk about is exercise every day. Now you might be saying, hey Diya, come on. Why? Really? Why? Come on, we live in a world where everybody has become so conscious about how they look, who they are, what they stand for, and how can they live a better lifestyle. Now, how is this related to procrastination? How it can bust it is because once you build those different, you know, chemicals, positive chemicals, the good sides of, you know, your hormones and everything, when they start building up after your workouts, what do you feel? You feel energetic, you feel on top of this world, you feel like a completely different person. You reveal your personality in a better way after you finish working out. So when that happens is when you start revealing, you're more energetic, you're more active, and you tend to get work done faster. And you don't have to necessarily go on a marathon where you can do, you know, 5 hours of constant work. You don't have to do it. But if you're in the zone, you're in the zone. That's different. But you can actually take, you know, small bite-sized chunks, like I told you the previous tip, where you can do 10 to 15 minute sprints and you can go ahead and do it. But you will still be at the top of the game when you move every day, okay? It really works. It's worked for me. I personally practice yoga. I've been mixing around my workouts. I go walking, I practice yoga, I run, I do everything, okay? Because I love fitness personally. But you can choose what you really like and you can go ahead and do that as a way to move every day, okay? Now, the fourth tip, keep your phone or any kind of distraction away from you. Now you might think that, yeah, I've been doing this. No, you have not been doing it. If you're procrastinating, you're not been doing it, because what happens is when our phone is right next to us, we look at our work and then we look at our phone like, okay, now I need to go and scroll through Instagram. I need to go and check Facebook. I need to go and check LinkedIn. Oh, somebody sent me a mail. And you move completely away from the work that you're doing, okay? I want you to keep your distractions away. I want you to keep them aside, so that when you're doing even your 15-minute sprints, when you're doing even, like, you know, say you're working for like an hour, okay? I don't want you to be distracted about things or with things or by things that are not supporting your goals, okay? Now you might think and tell me, Diya, but you know, I have most of my work on my phone. Try and manage it better. One way to do it would be to remove certain tools or mute certain conversations or whatever that, you know, are not serving your goals. They're not serving your lifestyle, okay? The other way to do is to have another work phone, you know, a work number where you can only focus on the work part of your phone, of your, you know, your life in that phone, and you can keep a distraction aside. There are many ways to do it, okay? And now with so much on the internet and so many things online, you don't really have to think how else to do it, okay? But this is a very good tip that worked for me and it should work for you. Now the fifth tip, okay, which I want you to really believe in, is to let go of perfection. Now what does this mean? You see some other competitor of yours, say you're in, you know, your coach or trainer, you're building your online business, okay? I'm just giving an example. You could be in any kind of business, right? But here's an example. And you see so many people doing amazing posts, putting content on social media, putting things all over the place, having a set branding, having set things. Did they start like that? No, they didn't. They did not perfect it. They got to that level not through perfection, by constantly improving on it. So even if you make mistakes today, don't let that stop you. Even if your branding or your business or your courses, the quality is not as great, it's your first version, okay? Don't stop that. Go ahead and make it better. Slowly and steadily grow it over a period of time. And you don't have to do it overnight. When you start trying to focus on perfection, everything will freeze. Any kind of growth that you do, any kind of speed that you want to actually reach or achieve will freeze. You will not have that whole motivation to move forward. So I want you to focus on progression and not perfection. Okay? That's the fifth thing. And that, something I learned the harder way when I used to see, when I was starting my business or starting my, my brand, I would see that, oh, people are already there, then what do I need to do? And then I would keep perfecting. And I reached a point wherein it was not looking the best. So I was never satisfied with what I was doing. Okay. But let me tell you one thing, you're never there. You never reach that peak. Okay. Where you can say, okay, this is what is set. You have to keep improvising and keep working on it further and further. It will happen. All right. Now the sixth tip, the sixth hack is, I want you to have fun in between. Okay, now what does this mean? I want you to start enjoying what you're doing, which means that not about the tasks that are boring. Okay, I want you to go and get some fresh air, dance around the place. Okay, now you might think that, Diya, this is so funny, what are you even saying? But can I tell you one thing, that in between tasks, okay, like now you have, say, a 15-minute sprint. Say you take the tip of me telling you to, do your work in 10 to 15 minute sprints and then take a break. Now in that break, if you go and have fun, go and draw, okay, go sketch, go listen to loud music, go dance around the place, and then you come back and you get back to work, wouldn't you feel more energetic, right? Wouldn't you feel much more better that, oh wow, I'm so, I actually had fun and now I'm going to do the work and now I'm going to go back to, having fun after 15 minutes. So I want you to have fun. Okay. Now some people prefer sleeping for 10 minutes, taking a 5-minute nap. Fair enough. But I want you to start having fun when you're doing your work. Okay. Even if it's the mundane tasks. Okay. And the seventh and final one. Any guesses? Start now. There is no tomorrow. Okay. I want you to know one thing, that when it comes to any kind of dream, any kind of goal, any kind of business, anything that you want to start, even if it means that you want to plan your life in a certain way, start now. Okay, because you are never ready to do things. Okay, please understand that when it comes to building something, you don't have, when you keep planning. See, now this is something that I see a lot of people do. Oh, I'm going to plan this, then I'm going to do this, and I'm going to write down 10 things that I need to do, and then I'm going to start tomorrow. Tomorrow ho gaya, next day ho gaya, then parso bhi ho gaya. All that keeps happening, right? Then what happens? You don't do it at all for the next 1 week. Oh, I was supposed to do it last week, I didn't do it. Happened to you? Yes, definitely happened to me many times in the past. But right now I can control it, right? So I want you to understand that it's about starting now. So whatever that you need to start right away, okay, even if it means that it's in the end of the day, do at least 5 minutes of it. Like when shagun, what's a shagun, right? Put some shagun, one small, thing to say that, okay, I've started. Start now, my friend. Because if you don't, it's going to be only a downward spiral for you. Okay, you might start after 4 days. You might say, okay, I was not well, now I'm going to start. Fine, fair enough. But it will not be as impactful as starting right away. Making sense? I hope it does. So with those 7 tips, these 7 hacks, which I have actually used in my life, I want you also to implement. You can use any of them. You don't have to resonate with all of them, absolutely. But if you like all of them, great. You want to pick out your top 3, favorite tips. You can just put that in the comments below so I know which top 3 you like the most. And I want you to start implementing them right away. Okay? And just a reminder, start now. Okay? I repeat, start now, because that is the biggest hack, biggest tip to beat procrastination. Okay? So I hope this video was valuable and I hope you liked it. Do watch out for more videos on this channel. I will see you around. Bye-bye.